The lights go down. The film has not even started. Then the first trailer hits, and you flinch. Your hand twitches toward the volume that is not in your control. It is too loud. It is always too loud. You have probably decided this is just the cinema cranking the dial for the adverts. A cheap trick to grab your attention. But that is not what is happening. The trailer is often not playing at a higher volume than the film at all. And that one fact is the doorway into something genuinely sneaky, a trick that works on your ears precisely because it is not about volume. To understand it, you have to separate two things your brain normally lumps together. There is volume, how high the loudest peak goes, and there is loudness, how loud something feels overall, moment to moment. Imagine a quiet room with one sudden shout. The peak is high, but most of the time it is silent, so it feels calm. Now imagine that same room with 100 people all talking at a steady medium level, without a single pause. No shout is as loud as the original. But it never ever stops. Which room is more exhausting to sit in? That second room is a movie trailer. A real film breathes. It has whispers and silences and tiny sounds so that when the explosion finally comes, it feels huge by comparison. That space between quiet and loud is called dynamic range, and it is the difference that makes a big moment hit. A trailer takes that range and crushes it, using a tool called compression, which simply means squashing the gap between the quietest and loudest parts. Every sound is shoved up toward the ceiling. The whisper is dragged up to a shout. The footstep is as loud as the gunshot. Nothing is allowed to be soft. The result is a wall. 2 minutes with no quiet in it anywhere. Your ears get no rest, no contrast, no breath. And your brain reads that relentless, gapless sound as loud even when the actual peaks are no higher than the film that follows. Now you might ask, isn't anyone stopping this? They tried. Because the complaints became so common, the industry agreed on a rule. Trailers shown in cinemas are not allowed to go past a set limit. On paper, the loudness problem was solved, but look closely at how the limit is measured. It caps the average loudness across the whole trailer, the overall level. The big peaks. It does not stop compression. So the trailer makers did something clever. They stayed under the average ceiling, while squashing everything underneath it flat. They obeyed the letter of the rule and broke its spirit completely. The trailer is technically within the limit, and still feels like a brick to the chest, because the rule governs the peak, and the discomfort was never coming from the peak. This is the same war that was fought over music. For years, songs were mastered louder and louder, compressed flatter and flatter, each one trying to jump out of the playlist by simply refusing to be quiet. They called it the loudness war. The trailer is that war, fought for your attention in a dark room you paid to sit in. And here is the part that should change how you feel in that seat. The discomfort is not a side effect. It is the product. That trailer has about 2 minutes to carve itself into your memory before the next one starts. A pleasant, gentle, dynamic mix would be polite and forgettable. A relentless wall of sound makes your body lean back, makes your pulse tick up, makes you feel like something important is happening. It is not louder to annoy you. It is loud to imprint on you. It is using your own startle reflex as advertising. So the next time the lights drop and that first trailer slams into you, you will know exactly what just happened. Nobody turned up the volume. They took away the silence. And the silence was the only thing that was ever letting you rest. Now you know.